from Europe. Today we see the ultimate climax, the last disgusting collapse of the Kantian philosophy. Immanuel Kant is the villain of European history, and the intellectuals in America are trying to sacrifice this country to him also. I don't think they will succeed. But in this country, the basic sense of life, the basic subconscious emotional understanding of life is pro-individualistic. This country was made by that philosophy, and it still remains, even though most people are not consciously aware of it. One of the popular expressions in this country is that I don't want to be pushed around. Well, that is a very eloquent illustration of the man's personal independence. Whereas in Europe, people believe that man is born to be pushed around.
Ms. Rand, you spoke about the American sense of life, but that is not a guarantee. The American sense of life could change.
A guarantee of what?
I mean, a guarantee that it will always remain the same.
Oh, no.
Have you seen any changes in the American sense of life recently?
Oh, that's too broad a statement. One couldn't judge that. I think within the last few years, the country has certainly turned to the right. If by right we understand anti-collectivism and pro-capitalism, more or less. But without some intellectual direction, this won't do us any good. The people are trying to find the right direction. They're not giving any intellectual leadership. And what will become of the country is impossible to foretell at present. All I could say is that the right kind of ideas would win and are seemingly winning today, but are being misrepresented so disgustingly by people I'd rather not name, but, or should I name? Well, by political candidates, let's put it that way, that whether the country will eventually survive, I don't know.
All right. I want to turn to aesthetics for a moment. You stated that the purpose of an artist is to bring his view of man and of reality into existence.
That's right.
Is this is always true, whether or not the artist is aware of the purpose? Am I understanding?
Oh, no, it's always true in the nature of art. But when you say to bring it into existence, I don't mean to really create it in reality. I mean to bring it into an artistic form, into the condensation of one artwork, which presents the artist's view of life. It is always so, whether the artist knows it or not, because he cannot produce a work of art without some idea behind it, and the idea reflects his metaphysical view of man, what he thinks is man's nature and man's place in the universe.
Why is that important to the artist? I understand what he's doing, but why is it important to him, if he is aware of it in his mind, to communicate it?
Why is it important to him?
Yes.
Well, because it's always important to know what kind of feelings motivate you, and what is the nature of the feeling. And the nature of the artistic feeling is to express something of your view of life. Every artist in every form of art will always tell you that he wants to express himself. But what is it about himself that he wants to express? His metaphysical values. Now, of course, today's art contradicts it only in this respect. It isn't art. The horrible, shapeless and purposeless and senseless mess which today passes for literature or painting or sculpture, that is a deliberate, cynical nihilism, the desire to destroy all values and destroy man, and that also is a metaphysical view, you see.
Yes. You've indicated that one of the goals of your writing was to portray the ideal man, and
oh, yes.
You certainly did that John Galt and Atlas Shrugged. Is there more for you to write about in fiction?
Is there more? Oh, now that don't ask such a difficult question. Yes, there is more, but as to whether I will do it, I don't know. I would very much like to write more fiction, but I don't like costume dramas or fantasies, and it is almost impossible to place a romantic story in today's world. And by romantic, I mean literary school of romanticism, not love story. It is impossible to write about today's world. It is too disgusting. I could not project a hero in it. If I find a way to do it, I might write another book, but I'm not sure.
Ms. Rand, I must ask you this for the benefit of all the people who just want to know this so badly. What is the status of the rumors we heard that Atlas Shrugged was being made into a movie or a miniseries?
It's at present, the producers considering making it into a movie.
Yes.
It is not given up. He still has a contract for it. But what exactly he will do about it and when, I don't know myself. It's still in the works, but inactive at present.
Well, speaking for myself and for so many other people, I hope it comes to fruition very quickly.
Thank you.
Ms. Rand, I want to close this by saying to you that I know we've just indicated that you portrayed the ideal man, John Galt, in Atlas Shrugged. I want to say to you that for myself and for so many other people who've read what you have written, who understand, to some extent at least, what you are saying, that you are the living example of your own philosophy in action, and you seem to us to be the ideal person. And you've shown me that life is glorious and ought to be glorious and courageous and purposeful and joyful and valuable. And for all of that and for all the pleasure, I thank you and for being here today.
Thank you very much.